This home's a passion project for our client. They approached us with the idea of moving a church from rural Queensland to a site in inner city Brisbane and converting it into a luxury family home. So we try with every project to address the overall site as much as the space within the house. The renovation itself, we wanted to make sure the volume of the church was respected. We added pavilions to the front and the rear so that it's still visible on the site. The house is oriented at an angle from the street so that it creates usable spaces in the landscape. It celebrates the land and the location, the connection to neighbourhood. To relate to the streetscape and be able to chat to your neighbours over a low front fence. The car parking is hidden below the house. It allows the house to better connect to the neighbourhood around it. The front pavilion is designed to be flexible. It's comprised of 2 rooms with an ensuite in the middle. One of the rooms could be a bedroom, another could be a kitchen, so that it could function as a granny flat or a home office. The front pavilion sits to set up an external landscaped entry to the church, to give privacy to the entry without all the sins being exposed to the street. So the main church we've left fairly well intact. There's a 2-storey volume. The master bedroom sits as a cube in the front of the church. It floats over the top of the main entry, which is separated from the kitchen by an aquarium. The 100-year-old church is designed to be a modern home, so it incorporates a substantial solar array, home battery, electric car charging, smart wiring, but it's not meant to be the visual feature. The main deck is an extension on the rear of the church, which has been positioned to take advantage of the views to the west and the northern sun. The rear pavilion is a similar shape and size to the front pavilion, again with 2 main rooms, bathroom and storage in between. The design of each of the main spaces of the home is intended that they can be used independently of the home or as part of the main dwelling, depending on the needs of the owner of the day. Underneath the rear pavilion is a shaded terrace, which forms part of the landscape area as well as part of the pool area, so that it's a flexible entertainment space. Bringing the pool under the house means that there's more site available for landscape. The design of the house and the site is intended to celebrate connection to nature. The sun when it's streaming in winter, the rain when it's falling on the roof. The whole of the home is connected to underground rainwater tanks. They overflow to a recreated creek through the site to the ponds at the rear. When this overflows, it's then pumped back to the street, but in the meantime the water's used and celebrated on the site. On an inner-city block, views within the site are important. We've explored the idea of connection, both within the site to landscape areas and between pavilions. The fabric of the original church has been kept in place where that was practical. Old VJ boards, old cladding, the original roof of the church has been reused later in the project. It's important to recognise the inherent value of existing materials, rather than always thinking they need to be bought new. Some elements of the church were redesigned. They were done so with history in mind, but with a modern take. The sunhoods were redesigned to prioritise shading to the west, but to allow eastern sun in at certain times of the year. The whirlybirds were designed to connect to a modern mechanical ventilation system, which is reversible so that it can expel heat in summer, but it can also draw the heat from the ceiling into the living space in winter. We've designed the lighting and engaged with the local Australian company. Bright Green are carbon neutral and B Corp certified. We've chosen to support local Australian manufacturing, but it's also quality lighting. The way we work is to try to make sure that there's a rigorous design concept, but allows room for the client to personalise their home. The client has layered several bespoke elements into the home through the process of construction. So the project's a result of this collaboration with the client. Some of the eclectic finishes and details bring something unique to the suburb.